everyone, my name is Weer, and today my group will present about distribution of elements on Earth and in living system. The Earth and living organisms are composed of a wide variety of elements, but these elements are not distributed evenly, while the Earth crust is dominated by elements like oxygen, silicon, and aluminum. Living systems rely heavily on elements such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Understanding the distribution reveals how chemical properties and biological function shape the world around us. In this project, we explore systems and why they are essential to life and the environment.
Our objectives are investigating how chemistry is used in real-world situations. Our topic is distribution of elements on Earth and in living systems. Our goal is to understand how elements are spread in nature and inside living organisms. For the background information, element on Earth is made up of many chemical elements not evenly distributed. The most elements in the Earth's crust include oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron, and calcium. These elements from minerals and rock that make up the land. Element distribution is influenced by natural processes such as formation of the Earth, cooling and solidification of magma, and biological evolution. For example, carbon is rare in the Earth's crust but essential in all living things due to its ability to form unique molecules. Living organisms are made mostly of different elements than those found in rock. The six most essential elements in living are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. These elements form the building blocks of life: protein, DNA, fats, and cells. So why is this important? Understanding where and how elements are distributed helps scientists study the origin of life, biological systems, environmental change. It also supports research in medicine, agriculture, sustainability, and biotechnology.
In medicine and health industry, many elements essential to human health are needed in only small amounts, yet they play an important role in biological processes like oxygen transportation, hormone regulation, and bone formation. While some are abundant in the Earth crust, the body cannot make them and must obtain them through food, water, or supplements. Their availability in the environment is crucial for human survival and health. For example, iron, needed for hemoglobin to carry around the oxygen in the blood, iodine, essential for thyroid hormones, and calcium, important for strong bones, teeth, and muscle function. For the benefits, it includes diagnosis and imaging. Elements like technetium and iodine help doctors detect diseases early through medical imaging. For treatments, elements such as iron, calcium, lithium, and platinum are used to treat conditions ranging from anemia to cancer and mental health disorder. For prevention, fluoride and zinc help prevent tooth decay and support immune health. And lastly, medical tools. Elements like titanium and silver are used in implants and wound care due to their strength and antibacterial properties. Elements in medicine and health industry, it includes toxicity. Overuse or improper doses of some elements like lithium, iron, or fluoride can be harmful or even toxic. Next is the side effects. Certain treatments like platinum-based chemotherapy can cause serious side effects like kidney or nerve damage. Lastly, environmental and handling risks. Radioactive elements require careful handling to avoid exposure. Now we're going to talk about effects on people. On the positive aspects, elements help maintain health, support growth, immunity, and organ function. However, it can also cause element imbalance in the human body. Agriculture and food. Plants and animals rely on specific elements that occur naturally in the soil, air, and water to grow and thrive. However,
In many cases, especially in these modern agriculture, natural supplies are not enough to support large-scale food production. As a result, essential elements often need to be supplemented through fertilizer or soil treatments. For example, nitrogen, vital for plant growth, and must be converted from air into usable forms. For phosphorus, it supports DNA and energy transfer. For potassium, regulates water and enzymes. For the benefits of elements in agriculture and food field, it includes fertilizer production. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are essential nutrients for plant growth. Calcium, magnesium, and sulfur improve soil structures, photosynthesis, and plant health. Second is soil improvement. Gypsums or calcium sulfate reduces soil acidity and improves drainage. Lastly, pest and disease controls. Sulfur is used to control fungal diseases and as a soil conditioner. Next, we're going to talk about the risks of agriculture and food industry with elements. Toxicity. Excessive applications of micronutrients like copper or zinc can be toxic to crops and reduce yield. Side effects. Chromium, mercury, and cadmium may accumulate from industrial waste-based fertilizer, posing risks to plants and the food chain. Lastly, environmental and handling risks. Overuse of elements like cadmium, lead, arsenic in fertilizer or pesticides can accumulate in soil and crops, harming both the ecosystem and human health. Next, we're going to talk about effects on people of elements in agriculture and food. For the positive, better nutrition and food availability, and on the negative sides, health problem from contamination of toxicity in food.
And lastly is environment and ecosystem. The distribution of elements such as carbon, oxygen, and sulfur plays a vital role in maintaining natural cycle and overall environmental health. This element move continuously through ecosystem in process like carbon cycle, oxygen cycle, and sulfur cycle to support life and regulating Earth's atmosphere and climate. Any imbalance in their distribution can disrupt the ecosystem, affect biodiversity, and convert an environmental issue. The element is oxygen. It's a key for respiration and photosynthesis. Its cycles support ecosystem. Next is carbon. It's essential to life and climate. Human activity add access to the carbon dioxide. And lastly is sulfur. Needed in proteins. Emissions can lead to acid rain and ecosystem damage. So, what's the benefit? The benefit is that it supports food chain and biodiversity. And next is to support enzyme function in plant. The risk of it would be soil and water degradation, biomagnification, and heavy metal problem. And what about effect on people? For the positive side, it supports biodiversity, climate, and water regulation. For the negative side, it affects air and water pollution and food, leading to a health issue. So here's our conclusion. The distribution of elements on Earth and within living system reveals a deeply interconnected story between nature and human advancement. Elements such as carbon, nitrogen, calcium, and iron are not randomly scattered, but are selectively concentrated in ways that sustain both the environment and life. In medicine, essential elements like iron and iodine plays a critical role in bodily function. Iron in oxygen transport and iodine in hormone regulation. Without understanding this element roles, modern healthcare and nutritional science would not exist. Similarly to agriculture, elements such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are core nutrients in fertilizers, driving plants' growth and global food security.
These same elements cycle to the soil, water, and atmosphere, linking farm to the broader environmental system, from the atmosphere nitrogen being fixed into the soil to the calcium in the human bone once part of the marine sediment. This journey of element is consciousness loop. It shows that human health, food system, and environmental balance all depend on how the elements are sourced, used, and conserved. Ultimately, the start of element distribution bridged the earth geology, biology, and human innovation, reminding us that we are not separate from the natural world but living systems sustained by it.